We're going to try something different on this YouTube channel. Now, normally what I post here are reruns of the Twitch show that I do every morning at 6 a.m. And that show moves kind of fast. Yeah, because we do music videos that I produce and create, and we have chat that just, we call it, oh, that bugger moving quick like a swift, right? And there really isn't any time to go, I just had a thought, and take your time with something. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do with these videos. For instance, the other day I was thinking about the importance of being bad. And I'm not talking about, Michael Jackson, I'm bad, you know it, jamon. No, I'm talking about bad as in not so good. Because I think many people want to set off into something new or create something they've never done before. But what holds them back is being bad. See, people don't like to be bad. Like when you get up in the morning, you don't look at your hair first thing and go, that's fine, and hit it. No, you try to do the best you can to look good because you don't want to be bad. But there is a value in being bad. Believe me, when I started streaming a year ago, I was bad and upfront about it. And I told people, okay, hey, listen, I'm not good at this, but if you hang in there, I'll do my best to get better. And if you put the work into it, do the research, and are honest with yourself, you progress pretty quickly. There's a million analogies. A tree doesn't start as a full-grown entity. It starts with a little seed and all that kind of stuff, right? But there's an importance to it. I remember when I first started in stand-up comedy, I did stand-up for, almost 40 years before I became a full-time streamer. And I used to stand in front of audiences and say, okay, you guys, if I was a musician, I'd stay home and practice my craft until I could come up here and dazzle you folks. Unfortunately, I need an audience to try out my jokes and see what works and what doesn't work. So if you don't mind, for the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to be really annoying. Let's get started. In fact, when we first started streaming, I told people, hey, the best way to appreciate this stream is to lower your expectations. Because there is no better way to completely enjoy yourself than going into the situation expecting diddly squat. Okay? So don't be afraid to be bad. I remember, when I finally was able to make a living doing stand-up comedy, I did amateur comedy showcases to give the new comics a place to be bad. And it was amazing. They were some of the most popular shows I've ever promoted. People would pack the room to see one comic after another get up there and die like a rat. Many of them went on to make that their profession, but at that point, they were, serious. People would look at it like, what am I watching? But there's something intriguing about it, I'll never forget one night, we used to put a tip jar in the front, right? And I don't know if you know tip jars, but you kind of prime the pump and put a few dollars in there to give the idea like, hey, maybe somebody else tipped, I should too, right? So this guy's watching the show one day and, there's comics going on, not doing very well. And the guy finishes his drink, puts it down, walks up to the tip jar. Everybody's going, look at this. He takes $1 out, shows it to the comic. Thanks, man, and leaves. The place went up for grabs. But again, it was important that the people have that place. And again, many of them went on to be professionals and work to this day. So if you're thinking about something that you always wanted to do, but when, I don't want to look silly. Look silly. be bad. There is an importance to it that you'll think back for the rest of your career. I mean, here's a martial arts analogy. Most artists will say, you know, when I was a white belt, it was fun because, you know, you could be bad. Once you started getting up in the ranks, even the black belts will tell you, you know, we got to be serious now and everything has to be, you know, spot on because we're expected to be very good because we're black belts, you see? And all the white belts are having fun, right? So if you're thinking about doing something seriously, don't be afraid to be bad. There's a value to it that you'll appreciate once you get good. Sounds weird, I know. In fact, what I'm doing right now is me being bad at this attempt to do something different on this channel. So there you go. Hope you found this helpful.